Hi everyone. It is December 31st. Wow, what a year. Thank you for popping in for a couple minutes with me. I just wanted to give a big shout out to everyone who has been watching me this past year. I hope that I definitely been yeah, I hope that I have been a benefit to you in your creations, your new ideas, and I'm so looking forward to 2025. So I have a question for you. Are you making those loops? Have you tried making those loops? There are so many things that you can do creating the loops as your prep work and then adding it to the trees that we absolutely love to create. All right, so where did I want to start? 2024. For me, a quick recap for me was doing a few palm trees. I did a large sycamore tree. First time ever. And it was so much fun developing new concepts for that. And those, you can find those in the playlist. I'm sure that playlist is called something Sycamore Tree. But yeah, the loops. I have been working. My hours of during the day are twisting wire. So right now I have my pink and gold. And have you seen me? Yes, you have seen me. But just as a quick recap, I take two strands of pink and one strand of gold. The pink is a 22 gauge and the gold is a 24 gauge. And I use 24 inches of wire. This is to create pink dogwoods. And when I'm making my loops, I just start, kind of looping. You've seen these videos before, but this is the loop. Okay, that's what it looks like here. If I pull my other finger away, this is what it looks like here. I'm just going to go in here at the V, okay, the famous V. All right, and I'm going to twist 3 half turns. 1, 2, 3. It locks that into place. I put a loop right next to it, about the same size. Okay. I twist at the V 3 half turns. 1, 2, 3. And then I don't forget the other loop. I need to twist that also. So that's 3 half turns. 1, 2, 3. And this is what I have. And I continue this all the way, giving myself a little bit of space to create that next loop. And I continue this all the way through till I run out of wire. So that's about the space. Okay, it's about a thumb width. All right, 1, 2, 3 for one loop. Another loop made right next to it. Okay, there it is. Twisting at the V first. 1, 2, 3 half turns, and don't forget that loop. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Are you making these loops? Get all of those loops together and you have something like this, okay? If this is your first time, your loops, some are going to be small, some are going to be large. It doesn't really matter, but if you can get a pencil inside your loop, that's perfect. If it's a little bit tight, it's okay. The idea is to get the loops. After your loops are created, you're going to just split them open. Now this is for the pink dogwood. So every set that I'm creating is just for a different tree. Most of the time for my pink dogwoods, I make sure that I get the gold wire into the center, okay, into the center of the two pink loops. And I go all the way down the line with that, okay, all the way, separating the loops, keeping the gold wire in the center. And like I had mentioned before, the pink is a 22 gauge, the gold is a 24 gauge. Some of you have asked what kind of wire do I use. I buy my wire in bulk, and I get my wire from parawire.com or Paramount Wire. No special reason. I don't get any discounts, and oh my God, prices have gone up again. Yes, they have. The 1 pound of non-tarnishing copper has gone up to $23.50 per pound, and that's a 20 gauge. Yeah, prices are increasing. Oh, okay, so I'm all done with separating my loops. All right, next step is to get these. If you have a small pair of very pointy needle nose pliers, you want to take that into the center, okay, like this, and you're going to twist and pushing inward for those centers for your pink dogwood. Now, every dogwood, this is the way I do it, but it's like 3 half turns pushing inward to the center of the flower. Let's see if I can do this again so you can see it. I'm at the center of my loop here, and I guess I'm using both hands twisting, so it's turning and pushing inward. 1, flipping it, holding on to it, and twisting. That's 2, pushing inward, and another one, pushing inward, 3, into the center of the flower. And I continue that all the way to the end. I was talking about the price of wire. So when you're creating things that are have the color on it, you're paying for a higher price. Because I buy my wire in bulk, I'm not sure what 8 yards of wire is if you're getting your wire from the craft store. But I can imagine it's around $4 or $5, maybe $6, $7 for just 8 yards of permanently colored wire. If you're just starting out, don't go to this expense. This is crazy. Practice. If you're just starting out, get yourself, maybe a buddy has some copper, it doesn't even have to be copper. It can be aluminum. It can be anything but recycled wire. Maybe your buddy, your girlfriend, your neighbor, your handyman has some extra wire that they're not using that maybe you can practice with before you go into something like this. Floral wire is a great one to start out with. It's a steel wire, but if you start out with a thin gauge, like a 22, 24, even a 26, that gives you more wire for the bulk amount, you'll be able to practice on that. Practice before you go into the large expense of this permanently colored wire. All right, I have my little centers of my flower created. So my next step is to take these 2 loops on the side and make my petals. So I am holding, let's see, let me do it this way. So I'm going to hold the center of one of the loops. And this takes a lot of time. For each set of these, it takes approximately 7 to 8 minutes per strand. This is from the 24 inches to a complete set. So about 7-8 minutes per. And if you're talking like me, it could take you a half an hour. Okay, so I'm in the center, and what I'm going to do is just push in to the center of that flower with a slight twist. All right, this takes practice. All right, but you want to bring that petal down into the center, and once you have it crimped into the center, then you want to take your thin pliers. The thin ones really work well because you want to put each point into each of the petal that you made so you can crimp it down. Crimp it down like that. And that's good. All right, now the next one, same thing. I want to just go into the center of this one loop and push it towards the center of the flower with a slight twist, not much, and then get your pliers into those petals and squeeze it down. Now, and that's what you should get. Okay? Practice, practice, practice. So this is what I do. Like I said, 7 to 8 minutes per set. And when I'm creating a tree, I figure that I need between 40 and 50. Most of the times I just do 50 because it gives me a straight count. If I don't need that many, then those flowers can be used on another tree. Okay, so all of that work, I'm all set for my next tree. I've got 50 strands of the pink dogwood flowers. I'm ready to go. So that is one that I've already prepped for, and this is the finished product. So I also use, for my pink dogwoods, 20 gauge black wire for my root system, my trunk system, my branches, and then I add the pink flowers to that. You might ask how many strands of the 20 gauge. I use 120 strands of 20 to 24 inches for the trunk, the branches, and the root system. And when I'm creating my trees, I think of that in thirds. Okay, so 1/3 of the measurement for my root system, 1/3 for my trunk system, and 1/3 for my branches. And this is what I come up with. Now, in other videos, you've seen my pink dogwoods. When I'm creating my pink dogwoods, I create the root systems to go around a glass orb. So my root systems most likely are completely different from what you're creating. But this is the pink dogwood. These are all of the pink dogwood flowers that I have created. I just created another set, which I was working on with you. So 1/3 measurement for my trunk, 1/3 measurement for my, let me back up, sorry. 1/3 measurement for my root system, 1/3 measurement for my trunk system, and 1/3 measurement for my branches. This gives me between an 8 to 10 inch wire tree. All right, so that's kind of that. I know that this was a quick video, just a little bit of a recap of what I have been doing this past year. Like I said, I'm really looking forward. Put my glasses back up on my face. I'm really looking forward to being with all of you through 2025. I hope that you don't get discouraged. If you need to take a break, take that break. And then when you feel like you need a laugh or you just need some encouragement, I hope that you'll come back and find me. Stick around. I'm sure we're going to come up with some crazy things together. Shoot me a comment. Let me know how you're doing, where you're from, what you enjoy watching, and if there's something that you might be interested in me showing everyone, showing you, let me know, and I will try to put that all together. I try to get to all of the comments that come through. I just was on YouTube this morning and realized that I did not get back to a comment after a whole month, and I've got to apologize if that is the case. I try to catch them all, and evidently I let a couple go through, but I do try. Thank you for being here with me. As of today, the subscriber count has just melted my heart. I like 1,030 subscribers. I did not realize there were that many people interested in twisting wire. I am so blessed to be able to have this channel, to be able to share with you. Again, I wish you a very, very happy and safe new year. And let's get to work for 2025. I'm excited. So till then, enjoy, and we'll talk soon.